It's that hate, boy.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide up. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they see sick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in that pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Ready.
They'll start by running the option to the right. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 24 yards a gain there. Another first down as well.
One of the good things offenses did years ago was they lettered their gaps the same on each side. A gap between guard and center on either side. That's what you want to control when you're trying to run the ball up the middle.
And why is that?
Because typically you either have a big nose guard in there in an odd front, three-man front, or you have defensive tackles that might line up in the A-gaps trying to gain an advantage and get upfield themselves. If you can control that, it gives the back plenty of space to pick and choose where to go.
And there, a great inside run, broke the contact and got some space.
Here we go, set.
On second down, McCaffrey. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Now Lance.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Play action. Now it's Lance.
This is caught. Touchdown, 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk, his second touchdown on the season.
And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Now the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Bengals here first and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
You often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Here we go. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Now it's Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Let's go.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Play action. It's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Ready. Watch out now. 50 Furious. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And this one is incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This one caught by Kittle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. McCaffrey running up the middle. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. To tackle made that time by B.J. Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
I bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a 1st down.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
11 MT, hey! 11 MT, hey!
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And now they will throw it with Burrow.
This one caught downfield by Higgins.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
11.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here we go.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
A solid stiff arm. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First down, Bengals.
Gun.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
I'm wondering.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Go.
Mixing up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Here we go.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And the Niners get there and bring him down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive. On
2nd and 10, Lance steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
On play action, Lance. Completes it to Samuel. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
The Lance going to throw.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you know, you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Ready up.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Ball's ready.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson.
From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect 2nd half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
53 yards on the ground for him so far.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. He stiff arms him. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Lance going to sneak it.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
On one, ready? 11. Stop.
From the gun to give to Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On one, ready?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
11.
Now Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
101 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On one, ready?
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
On one, ready?
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
11 mighty.
Another try for Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Here's Burrow. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Nick Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Sure, he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here's Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Lance finding Kittle, 1st down, San Francisco. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Despite the nice gain of 13 yards, it's 4th down.
After another really nice run, this is where a defense coordinator earns his money. His guys have been on the field a long time, so he's got to decide what he wants to do to try and slow them down. Is he going to substitute some players in, get some fresh guys, or is he just going to try to attack?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Burrow. Oh, and that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
He's got a man, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
Now Burrow.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Eric Armstead in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Throwing, Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack, now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
To throw, Burrow. That's complete to Chase. And he'll get a fair amount of yardage back, but now it's 4th down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Okay,
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Lance.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Charles, still a one-possession game. Remember, it could have been 2 after they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You're certainly right about that, partner, and a lot of people look at them going for it on 4th down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held them, got the ball right back for them. So nice stand for them. Momentum can swing back to their side if they have a good drive here.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
A final shot now for Burrow.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for San Francisco,